Hello, and welcome to the Inspired Racing League Thunder Series here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Here for race number 39 in season number 167 laps total here tonight. We got just over 3 minutes left here in practice. Let's take a look here at our race info here tonight. The Inspired Racing League Kansas Swing season number 1, round number 39 of the Thunder Series here at Kansas City, Kansas Speedway. The 1.5 mile, a very unique racetrack here. 982 feet of elevation, 45 mile-an-hour pit speed road limit. Partly cloudy out here tonight, 82 degrees out in the air, 84 on the track, 5 mile-an-hour wind to the southeast. Drivers using fixed setups. We are going to have 4 additional sets of tires, I believe. Sorry, I got that one wrong. But 0 fast repairs. The NASCAR truck here tonight with the Thunder Series. And fuel limit going to be 100%. Here with Greg Thielsen, bringing you all the action here, Push the Edge Productions. We're live over here on Push the Edge Productions on Inspired iRacing League YouTube as well. We're on our Facebook here tonight, live over there as well. Hope you guys all having a great one. See Scooter Perfettio out there in the YouTube checking in. We saw Scott Harvick to win out there in Inspired. Saw Jason Williams over there, Elijah Fisher, D Beast over there as well. Thank you guys stopping by wherever you're stopping by at, whether you're on the Facebook, on the YouTube, or on the Inspired Racing League YouTube as well. Appreciate you stopping by, but let's go ahead. We're going to look at our championship points coming in to round number 39 here at Kansas. Aaron Stanton out in front of Elijah Fisher by over 600 points. He's got that series title locked up. We got 2 more rounds, I think, including tonight. So tonight and 1 more round, I do believe, here with the Thunder Series. Colton Ward up there, Mike Hauser, Travis Farmer, Ty Stone, Ben Carner, Hayden Williams, Ben Milden, Bobby Hadaway, Jackson Hadaway, Dustin Wentley, Ethan Sikorsky, Ty Wilson, Cade Cannon, James McConnell, Pacey Wygant, Chris Lyota, Ryan Hinderletter, and Matt Sidar is your top 20 here in the Thunder Series. Take a look here at the practice times. Great look at the wins and top 10s, top 5s. 11 wins for Aaron Stanton in that 27 here so far. But where are those drivers up on the board right now? Let's look at those best times here from practice. Looking at Peyton Boyle, Matthew Scott, Colton Ward, Matt Sidars, Aaron Stanton up on top of that list. Stanton in 5th, Fisher in 6th, Ward in 3rd. Unfortunately, Hauser not here tonight in the 43. Farmer in that 13, back in 10th there for the top 5 in the championship. Looking at Trent Green out there as well, Kurt Gibson. We got Daniel Lehman, Travis Farmer, Hayden Williams, Tristan Holak, and Juan Cobbs Jr. out there as well. A few of those drivers not getting laps in yet. Bobby Holloman out there as well. Timothy Neckerbecky, Sean Hamilton, Appreciate all the drivers being out here tonight. We head over into qualifying. Looking at going qualifying now. Take a look here for some of these first drivers to get out on the racetrack. We see that 07 Trent Green taking his way out here to the racetrack. That push dead Sim Sports number 07 of Trent Green going out for his first qualifying lap here. Got Daniel Lehman, that Mountain Dew Baja Blast number 10 out here as well. Taking a look, we got the 3. That Pennzoil machine of Peyton Boyle here tonight. Also got the 13 pulling out to the track. That would be Travis Farmer. Let's see. Ride on board here with Trent Green. The numbers about to start popping up here on the board. At 170 something coming off of turn 4. Let's take a full lap here with Trent Green. 182 there entering turn number 1. Slight blip on that throttle, trying to keep it nice and tight down by that white line. Faded all the way out wide towards that wall. 179, 180, 181. Still on that loud pedal through 3 and 4. Little bit of a lift, get that truck to turn, and back on that throttle here through the front straightaway. Good little look here on board. But Peyton Boyle in that 3, he jumps up to the top spot. Currently, oh no, the 78 Neckerbecky. Another push-head Sim Sports machine. Provisional pole. Jumping up to that top spot. Trent Green sitting in 3rd. Lehman back here in 4th. Coming for his 2nd lap. We see Boyle jump up to 2nd. See what that 10's got here. Neckerbecky off the track, up on top of the board right now. See Farmer back in 6th. Let's see, Hayden Williams looks to be out there making some laps as well. Sean Hamilton jumping up to 7th in that number 61 machine. Another push-head Sim Sports hot rod out there. Oh, the 5 to the top of the board here. That's Kurt Gibson. That Mobile 1 number 5. New quick time. Good to see that. We see Elijah Fisher jumping up to that 2nd spot in that Domino's white, black, and gold machine. That's a sharp looking hot rod here this week as well. We see Hayden Williams there in that Snap-on number 1 out there getting some laps as well. Check out that 25 there, Matthew Scott. Also out there trying to get his first few laps out there. Okay, we also got Matt Sidars in that 14. He jumped up to 10th. Jumping off the racetrack there. Cross the line, he goes for his first lap. He jumps up to 10th there in that 25. Looks like the only car still out here. Oh, Juan Cobbs Jr. there in that 30 making his way out to the racetrack. At number 30, looking pretty funny there, that Juan Cobbs Jr. That's a Nickelodeon paint scheme. I believe that is... Oh, I'm trying to think of that name. Oh, with a big blink there. What happened to Juan Cobbs Jr.? Looks like qualifying came to an end. His run has come to a close. We are about to kick this thing off here. Let's go ahead and show our starting grid here tonight. Kurt Gibson and Elijah Fisher going to be your front row for Kansas here and the Thunder Series. Jackson Hadaway, Timothy Neckerbecke, they're in row number 2. Row 3, Peyton Boyle, Travis Farmer, row of black and yellow trucks right there. Pretty interesting looking. Tristan Holak and Matthew Scott rolling off row number 4. Rounding out the top 10, row number 5, Trent Green, Hayden Williams. Here in row number 6, Daniel Lehman, Matt Sidars. Row number 7, we got that 61 Sean Hamilton and Aaron Stanton rolling off row number 7. Here in row 8, Colton Ward, Juan Cobbs Jr., and Bobby Holloman rounding out the field here, row number 9 in that number 48 machine. Starting back in the tail of the field. See Emma out there. Harvick still chatting up there. Thank you, Scott. Mookers stepping into the chat as well. Appreciate you guys being here with us. The Thunder Series about to roll off here. Begin pace laps. Want to give a big shout out to all the sponsors here at the Inspired Racing League. Thank you, Inspired Marketing LLC, W Energy, Mad Performance Paints, and Moser Racing. Big shout out to all you guys and everything that you do to make it happen here with the Inspired Racing League and the Thunder Series. It's like the field about to begin rolling off here. Gonna get them double filed and set them to the races. 167 laps here tonight. Really interesting. Aaron Stanton leading the points. Got it locked up here. Into that top 5. Where are they starting here tonight? Of course, the 43 there. Mike Hauser not here tonight. But Aaron Stanton back in 14th. Fisher in 2nd. Starting 2nd there in the 16. Colton Ward in that 18 machine starting back in 15th. And Farmer in that number 13 starting right there in 6th. So he's looking for a good run here as well. Pace light's still out, so I'm assuming we're not going to go till next time. Bye. Let's take a look back here at the weather. 81 degrees out in the air, 82 on the track, 5-mile-an-hour wind. Get the field double file. Going green flag next time. Bye. Lights out on that pace car. We are getting to racing here. See Jason Williams out in the chat as well. Appreciate you, buddy. About to get this Thunder race from Kansas Speedway underway here momentarily. Look at that top 10 before we get going here. Kurt Gibson, Elijah Fisher leading them out here. Peyton Boyle, Timothy Neckerbecke, Jackson Hadaway up in the top 5 as well there. Few cars to keep your eye out on here tonight, but coming off of turn 4, we are getting ready to fire things off here. That number 5, Kurt Gibson, gonna be our control car. Elijah Fisher, that 16 out on the outside. We are into the restart zone. Green flag is upon us. We are green flag for the start here at Kansas Speedway. Side by side down into turn number 1. Still only double file. We see double file for the majority of the pack right now. Oh no, Neckerbecky off into Boyle. Farmer collected the first lap. We get a caution flag here. Let's take a look back at what happened here. I'm not sure quite what happened. Oh, Neckerbecky in that 78 coming around. Not sure. There was quite contact there or not. We're going to have to take another look at that one. Let's slow it down. See if we can't jump from a different angle. Watching that 13 there, the 78. The second car on that outside right now. A little bit of a slide. And no contact, just fortunately making contact himself there with that 3 of Boyle. Coming around the 13 of Farmer. Nowhere to go. That pushed Ed Sim Sports Machine. Fortunately, bringing out the first caution here. Ooh. Backing it there into the wall. First caution flag out for the night. Elijah Fisher out in front. We see a few drivers taking advantage of this early caution to come down pit road already. See that 1 of Williams, the 13 of Farmer there. Quite a bit of damage, as you could tell. Fortunately, caution flag number 1 has come out here. Quite a few of the lead drivers elected not to come to the pits, but some of those guys back in the back making the stop back in the pit lane. But while we're under caution, first caution flag, we're going to go ahead, break to our first side-by-side. I'm going to grab some sweet tea, and we will be right back with some green flag action from Kansas Speedway Thunder Series here with the Inspired Racing League. Big shout out Inspired Marketing, W Energy, Mad Performance Paints, Moser Racing. Thank you guys for everything you do. We will be right back. Back here at the great Kansas Speedway, the field back double file. We are going back racing. Taking a look at that top 10, Elijah Fisher, Kurt Gibson. They didn't elect to pit there. Tristan Holak, Matthew Scott, Trent Green, Daniel Lehman, Matt Sedars, Juan Cobbs Jr., Timothy Neckerbecky, Sean Hamilton up in your top 10 right now. Getting ready to go back green through turn 4. Lights out on the pace car. We are looking at going back green flag race in the field. Back double file. That pace car about to dive down there into pit lane, into the restart zone. And we are back. Green flag racing here. Once again, Elijah Fisher there in that 16. A great start. Out there on that outside lane. Able to really make some time up there. That was really impressive. Whoop, what? Camera. Come on, cameraman. Wake up. No, I'm kidding. Lap number 5 here. Looking like a little bit of racing side by side back there. For about 5th. We see Lehman and Trent Green That 07 machine. That battle right there is starting to brew quite a bit. Looking a little farther back, we see that 30. Juan Cobbs Jr. out on the outside. Peyton Boyle there in that number 3, the Pennzoil machine, down to the bottom. Almost 3 wide. The 30 looking to the very bottom. Quite a bit of hard racing back here for position. That's that 78 of Neckerbecke up on the outside. The 48 of Holloman there on the inside. They're looking at about 3 wide battling back there. Aaron Stanton, that 27, working his way up the field down on the bottom. Almost 3 wide. Jackson Hadaway through the middle. Neckerbecke up on that high side, able to keep that momentum. Stanton down there on the bottom. This is a battle back here from 14th, 15th. Taking a look back up front. That battle starting to get a little bit closer. Kurt Gibson starting to inch forward just little by little to that number 16 of Elijah Fisher out in front. Also got that 25, Matthew Scott. He's looking to the inside here, that number 5 machine. Side by side, down into turn number 1. Matthew Scott to second. Looks like that 34, Tristan Holak there looking on the inside. He's trying to get up to 3rd position. Trent Green sees that opportunity. That bottom opens wide up. Kurt Gibson out on the outside. Trent Green in that 07. Now he's on that bottom side trying to make it up to 4th. This is the battle for that 4th spot right now. See 2 distinct battles really starting to happen right now. That 5 out there on the outside still. Trent Green still down there on the bottom in that 07 machine. Go ahead, let's watch from Layman's point of view here. Take a look at that telemetry. How they're doing here mid-race. Go ahead, go short tower, get a whole view of that battle right now. See that Mobile 1 machine up on that high side, the Pushhead Sim Sports 07, Trent Green not giving up down on that bottom side right now. At number 10 with a pretty good view there behind him. Looks like Trent Green able to work his way past down there on the bottom, but every time that outside makes a run down that straightaway. Look at that, a battle for the race lead. Matthew Scott there in that 25 machine down to the bottom. He's looking for the point here, trying to take it away from Elijah Fisher. Trent Green looking for 3rd. That bottom starting to come alive right now. He pulls up to that back bumper of this 25. Matthew Scott, a big move up to the outside for Trent Green. That 07 crossing over that 34 there, trying to get the run down that back straightaway. Now the 16 with the crossover, the 25. Battle for that race lead starting to heat up right now. Now the 25 of Matthew Scott back down there to the bottom of the racetrack. Battle for about the top 6 cars here for this race lead. They're all kind of here in contention right now. All within half a second. Only 1.2 seconds. All the way back to 7th. And that's Matt Sidars in that 14 machine. Just ahead of that 6. Peyton Boyle, or the 3 of Peyton Boyle, excuse me. That Pennzoil black and yellow car there back on the inside. Just on the edge of our frame. 15 laps complete so far. Driver's doing a really good job right now. Let's go ahead, jump on board here with Matthew Scott in this 25 machine. One more time, let's bring up our Little bit of telemetry. He's looking to the inside here. That 07 Trent Green. Little bit of a lift there, getting it at turn 3. Down to about 168, corner exit. Off of turn number 4, all the way down there to the apron. Taking a look back, we also see Kurt Gibson there in the 51. That 34 there, Tristan Holak. The 10 there, Daniel Lehman out there on the outside. As well, riding on board right now with that 25 of Matthew Scott. Looking back, these hungry cars behind him right now. Hungry trucks, I should say. Trent Green out on that outside trying to make something happen, though. Out in front, Elijah Fisher loves to see it. Starting to get a gap built up back to second, 0.8 of a second. Oh, Green on the outside. Looked like Holak made a move for it. Lehman being the beneficiary as well. That 5, Kurt Gibson as well. The 3 of Peyton Boyle also able to get past this 34 here of Holak. He's battling right now, trying to keep that Matt Sidar's number 14 behind him. This battle up here, though, Daniel Lehman looking to the inside of that 07. Now of Trent Green. This battle up front, still some of the closest battles we got on racetrack right now. So sorry about that, cameraman. He is officially fallen asleep here tonight. Unfortunate. But it happens, you know, I get it. It's late. I get it. No. Coming across the stripe, lap number 19. Been a good night. Hope you guys all having a great Saturday. A good start to the weekend. Little bit about the race week we got ahead of us here at Push the Edge Productions. Looking at tomorrow, round number 1 of Rogue Racing League. So that's super exciting there. And that's going to be 8:45 Eastern. Starting at Chicagoland for round number 1 of Season 5. 92 laps around Chicagoland. We're watching that 16 right now. Elijah Fisher pull away from the field. He's doing a great job out in front, I'll tell you what. Tuesday, we head over to Bristol with some mini stocks. Hot Fuel Racing Short Track League. That's going to be a fun one as well. 130 laps there in the mini stock. So that is definitely going to be interesting, to say the least. Wednesday, the Platinum Truck Series heads over to Watkins Glen. Some left and right turns. New York wine country. That's going to be some fun over there as well. And then back with the Thunder Series next week. Homestead, Miami next Saturday. So we got a packed week full of racing here. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Live every one of those days this week. It's going to be a blast. Inspired Racing League, Hot Fuel Racing Short Track League, and Rogue Racing League. It's going to be a fun week, I must say. Oh, wow, a big bump. Kurt Gibson there in the 5 to the 3 of Peyton Boyle. What a big bump, trying to get him past that number 10 of Daniel Lehman. Battle out front, still definitely heating up. Tell you what, while we got a chance, let's go ahead and let's hear the sights and the sounds here of the Thunder Series, the Inspired Racing League NASCAR trucks here at Kansas Speedway. Let's crank it up. Thank you, thank you. Hearing a little bit of a crank it up, the sights and the sounds here from the Inspired Racing League and the Platinum Thunder Series. A great look out here at these drivers doing what they do best, I must say. Taking a look though, we have completed 25 laps so far. Only that one caution flag has flown today. 3 laps there on lap number 1. Going on our longest green flag here so far. Watching that 5, Kurt Gibson try to chase down this number 3 of Peyton Boyle right now. That's for that second spot. 2.3 seconds up a ways though. That's our race leader right now. Elijah Fisher started out there on the outside of that front row, second position. But he has been able to capture that race lead in that Ram. Lead 27 laps so far, so he has led every single lap. Our pole sitter, Kurt Gibson, there in the 5, just not able to hold on to that race lead after winning that pole here tonight. Taking a look, that number 16, Domino's Elijah Fisher machine out front doing what he does best. Taking off these laps right now, making it count. Out here early. Taking a look, 2.2 seconds back to that 3 machine of Peyton Boyle. He's battling there with that 5. Kurt Gibson trying to get it done there on the inside. Tucks back behind that number 3 machine. That Pennzoil black and yellow, I must say that is one sweet looking hot rod there for Peyton Boyle here tonight. See that gap? The 16 Elijah Fisher, and then 2.4 seconds back, Peyton Boyle, Kurt Gibson. And then a whole nother second back to the 10 of Daniel Lehman. We see he's just back there as well. See that Hollywood Studios Casino back there in off of turn number 2. Lucky enough to get to visit this racetrack and gamble over there at that casino. So had a very good time here at Kansas Speedway, I must say. Very fond memories. Got to see, I think it was the ARCA Truck and Xfinity race back in 22, I believe. The field's still pretty bunched up here for about 5th position. See a lot of these drivers getting back into the conversation right now. The 14 Matt Sidars up there in 5th right now, but behind him, that is a battle for position. Colton Ward in that 18 with Sporky on the hood. Out there on the outside of that Georgia Bulldogs. Jackson Hadaway just behind him. Tristan Holak and Juan Cobbs Jr. out there trying to move to that bottom side. Just in front of that 07 Trent Green, also in that conversation. Aaron Stanton, the 27 Field and Stream machine, just behind that 34 on that outside as well. Trying to make something happen also. Almost 3 wide. Green on the bottom, Stanton out on the outside. Little tight racing up through the front stretch here. What a great battle out here. About 5th to 10th right here. Out in front those. Oh no! The 07 Trent Green. Big incident there for the 07. A lot of damage. Don't see a yellow flag out yet. Looks like we stay green. The drivers able to keep those things pointed straight. See if we can take a look at that. Have to back it up a little bit. So, oh, the 34 got out of shape. The 07 kind of nowhere to go. Fortunately, just nowhere to go on that one. Wow. Laps are ticking away. I'm going to tell you what, 33 laps complete so far. Drivers doing a great job out here. 34 as we cross the stripe. Peyton Boyle sitting back in second. This Pennzoil machine Trying to chase down that 16. But he's got a 2.5 second gap out in front right now. Quite a hard gap to break, I'm going to tell you what. Taking a look at that tower there on the inside here at Kansas Speedway as it makes its rounds here in the infield. We see those drivers making their way around the racetrack there behind. Take a look there. Victory lane on the infield of the track. Awesome view from a little bit of the infield here. See how that tower just steady spinning out there. The 3 of Peyton Boyle starting to make a little bit of headway. That gap was about 2.5. Got it down to about 2.28, 2.25 there, middle corner. About 2.3 right now. He's starting to eat away at that gap. See if we can take a look here at our last few laps between these lead 2 drivers. Elijah Fisher, of course, out in front, 2 seconds out in front. That number 16 leading right now. But Peyton Boyle in this number 3 trying to chase him down. Look at our head-to-head graphic here. Starting to gain a little bit per lap. Let's see what he gets this lap. Yeah, gaining about 1,000th every single lap right now. A little more, a little less here and there, but starting to make his way forward towards that number 16 machine. The 5 of Kurt Gibson, who started out on pole, up here in 3rd right now. Doing a pretty good job as well in that Mobil 1 machine. Again, we're watching that 3 of Peyton Boyle try to make it up to that race leader up here, that 16, Elijah Fisher. That Domino's machine looking pretty strong out here tonight. Doing a good job maintaining that lead. Still about 2. Oh no! That gap just started to drop. Not sure if something just happened to that 5 or not. Was about 2.25, dropping back to 2.5 there. Something might have happened. Big bobble, quite possibly, from that number 5 there. Coming to lap 40 though. Quite a lot of time left. Still green flag, doing a great job. These drivers starting to really get spread out right now. So a caution flag, a little less likely, but still a few drivers well within distance from one another. Fortunately, looks like that Elijah Fisher 14, or that number 16 out in front. Oh, it didn't give me my nose cam for the Fords for the trucks tonight. Riding on board here with that race leader. Let's see what he's doing out there in that truck. Elijah Fisher. .170, 169 area. They're coming off of turn number 2. A great look inside this race car as that race leader starting to make his way towards the... Oh, a little contact with that outside wall off of turn number 4 there. Go ahead, do our top 10 rundown real quick. Elijah Fisher out in front right now. About 2.5 seconds back, that number 5 machine. Here are Kurt Gibson. That Mobil 1 hot rod looking pretty good here tonight. We got the 18 of Colton Ward. He's making his way forward, up 12 positions here for the night. So that's a very good job there from him. Starting back in 15th, up to 3rd. Here on this long green flag run, that's a good job for that number 18, I'll tell you what. So that 3 back there, he was in second. Fell to that number 5. Now he fell back behind that 18. Back here to 4th. He started up in 5th. So he's gained a spot here so far as well. Kurt Gibson, of course, our pole sitter, back to 2nd. Then Daniel Lehman. Whoop, didn't click him. There we go. That 10 machine here. He started back in 11th. He's also making his way forward. Up 6 spots right now. And that's our top 5 right now. How they sit. Drivers doing a great job. 44 laps complete here so far. Oh, we see that 5 dive down there to pit lane. Kurt Gibson, the first of those drivers, making his way down to pit lane, it looks like. Not the first, actually. See a few others as well. '16, that race leader, still out there on the racetrack right now. Quite a few other drivers as well. Still making some laps out here. Started back on the outside row, front row. Able to secure that race lead. Doing a real great job, that Fastenal Domino's machine. That 16 really doing a great job out in front here at Kansas with the Thunder Series Inspired Racing League. Ooh, a little more contact with turn 4. Not really having a good relationship here with 4 right now. Lap number 47, they are really ticking away here in a hurry. I'm going to tell you what, the leaders coming off of turn number 4. We're seeing a few more action. A little bit of trucks coming down pit lane. More drivers deciding it's their time to make that first pit stop under green flags here. Taking a look, we see that Lehman number 10 exiting pit road. We saw the 3 of Peyton Boyle as well. Matthew Scott is making his way down to pit road right now. Let's see. Elijah Fisher in that 16. Oh, he's getting on the binders. He's going to come down pit lane here. Makes himself the next driver to come down pit lane. Now race leader Colton Ward out there in that number 18 machine. He's running it long. Doesn't look like he's pitting this time by here. Okay, where's our closest battles out on the racetrack right now? Looks like Williams and Farmer right now. That was only momentary. Hadaway and Stanton. That battle too has passed. Oh, there we go. Williams, we got Farmer just behind him there. Still Colton Ward out in front right now. Green flag cycle has begun. Elijah Fisher there in that 16, pitted from the lead. See that 61 there, Sean Hamilton making his way down to pit lane. Quick stop in. Let's see. Right side tires go on. Left side going up there. 4 tires there for that 61 machine. Colton Ward out in front. Looks like majority of the drivers taking those 4 tires there on that first stop. Definitely wanting to get fresh set of rubbers. Ward, race leader, down to pit lane there. See that 78 and Neckerbecky on pit road. The 13 there of Travis Farmer as well. That 1 of Williams making a stop. The 18 of Colton Ward. The 27 Aaron Stanton also making his way down pit road. We see that 7 Jackson Hadaway as well. All coming down to pit road here, making their stops. Watch that 18 machine. Currently your race leader, Kurt Gibson, there in the 5. Regains control at this point. Elijah Fisher not far behind. Peyton Boyle's in the middle of that one as well. So it looks like the cycle has cycled back out. And the 5 of Kurt Gibson able to benefit the most here. Lap number 54 as we cross the stripe here this time by. The 3 of Peyton Boyle just behind, sitting there in second. I think that first driver to make the pit stop was that 5. They're the leaders. Because he first pit lap 44, or last pit, excuse me. Boyle pitted on 46. And then Elijah Fisher on 48. Got to jump back to the 5th spot. Colton Ward for a 52. Followed by Aaron Stanton in 6th. Also pitting there on lap number 52. So definitely something to watch your eye out on that battle. Here for the race lead right now. Peyton Boyle looking to find a way around this number 5. Of Kurt Gibson. Trying to get that momentum built up on the high side. But that bottom is really hooked up here tonight when you got some fresh tires. From what I could tell, it's drifting wide out to that outside wall. Trying to chase down this number 5 Mobil 1 machine. They're way through 3 and 4. You see, he's just above that bottom crease, I'm going to call it. That crack there in the surface. The groove, that first groove. I'm going to call it that first groove, the second groove. There in the third groove. Kind of marked there in the corners by those white hashes. But also by those big black tar strips that are just cracked asphalt there that separate where they paved. Looking at 45 laps on tires from Scott out there in the chat. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. The drivers last pit around lap 45 area to kind of call an even for most of the drivers. Still on board here with Peyton Boyle. We're watching that 5. There, Kurt Gibson, our race leader, start to drive away just a little bit. Ever so slightly. That 16 Elijah Fisher, though, he has caught up quite a bit to that number 3 machine. Because that battle is starting to heat up here. Off of turn number 4, lap number 60 in the books here this time by. The 5 out in front, Kurt Gibson. That Mobil 1 machine doing everything he's got to do right now. Looking back from that number 5 right now. That 3 of Peyton Boyle getting a big push there from Elijah Fisher there in the 16. That battle for the race lead going to start heating up. And I'm calling it. That 16 there of Elijah Fisher. He is coming side by side for second now. Peyton Boyle, Elijah Fisher starting to battle it out. Great look at it. He's leaving that bottom open there. That number 5 out in front of 16. A big move there. Side by side, your race leader. Elijah Fisher down to the bottom. Kirk Gibson loses the race lead there in 3 and 4. Elijah Fisher, your new race leader. Peyton Boyle looks to take advantage as well. He goes to the bottom there, that number 5 machine. Door banging there through the start-finish line. Things are starting to heat up front. The 3 there, able to work past the 5. Just barely almost. Oh, contact with that wall of 4. Really driving hard right now. These drivers definitely living on the edge, finding the limit. I'm going to tell you what. They're not only pushing the edge, they are living there. Doing a great job in these trucks right now. Take a look. Where's our biggest movers and shakers right now? Looking at Colton Ward here in that 18. He's up in 4th right now. Started back in the 15th spot. He's up 11 spots, doing a pretty bang-up job there. 1 spot back. Daniel Lehman in that 10. He's up 6. Having a pretty good night for him as well. He started back there in 11th, up to 5th. Aaron Stanton up 8 spots in that 27 machine. Doing a pretty good job there for him as well. Started back in 14th. We also got Juan Cobbs Jr. back here in the 30. He's in 8th spot. He started back in 16th. He's up 8 as well. The one of Hayden Williams. Currently a lap down, so not fighting for position, but fighting for track position out on the racetrack right now. Out in front, Elijah Fisher, there in that 16, still doing a bang-up job, leading the field around this place. Down that back straightaway, out in front. Let's take a look. How many laps led Elijah has? 53 here so far of the 66. He was able to capture that lead and really make it count, but we see some of these drivers back here trying to make up some ground in a fast way. I'll tell you what. The 18, Colton Ward, driving through these drivers right now, trying to find a way forward. Colton Ward in that 8 was able to lead 5 laps there. A little bit late in that run. Pitted a little bit later than everybody else, with Sporky on the roof there, or on the hood. Colton started back in 15th. Currently, still our biggest mover, up 13 spots, all the way up to 2nd. I just said it. We got to watch for him. He made his way around that 3 there of Peyton Boyle. Now, target locked. That 16 Elijah Fisher is that next driver that he is trying to make his way around. Caught up to him to the back bumper. Does he got to run here? And he makes something happen. Looking to the top, to the bottom. Not able to get it done through 1 and 2 there. Little bit of separation. Looking to mount a run once again here. Colton Ward here in the 18. Trying to find a way around this 16 Elijah Fisher. Not quite halfway through. We are still only one caution flag for the night. Lap number 70 as we cross that stripe. Just under 100 laps to go. Only that one caution for 3 laps. Right now, that race leader, Elijah Fisher, but that 18, Colton Ward, definitely going to be a serious problem side by side. To the outside, Colton Ward and Sporky, they're going for it. See if they can't get that momentum, a crossover, maybe down to the bottom block from the 16 to the outside. Once again, Colton Ward here in the 18. Trying to use that momentum up on that high side. Look like that bottom's been really working here tonight, though. So Elijah really able to use that bottom to his advantage. Hold on to that race lead down there. Now Ward down to the bottom. He wants to use that advantage I was just talking about. Slide job. He doesn't get him clear. Not quite. Still side by side across the stripe. New race leader, though, Colton Ward. That advantage possibly going to Ward. Now finding that bottom side. It's been pretty strong here tonight, but Fisher really able to get that bottom side strung out. That car really getting wound up out there. Really able to stay right alongside that 18. A little bit of side draft. Hold them back. Doing a really good job on that outside. Oh no. Down back to the bottom. Tried the crossover. A big block from Colton. Ward to the high side. Now Fisher back to the bottom. The battle for the race lead. Crossover. Trent Green in that 07. 3 wide down the back. He lets the race leaders by there. Fisher losing the spot. I think that lap car definitely not helping that 16 there in that situation. Sporky able to hold off that number 16 Domino's machine behind him for one more lap here at least. Looks like he's getting a little bit of an advantage too. That gap up to half a second now. Definitely using it to his advantage. Still utilizing that bottom lane. It's been pretty strong down there. The 16 trying to work that momentum up on that high side. Still slipping back 6 seconds. 6/10 of a second, excuse me. Almost 7 there. Kansas Speedway. What a great race. The Thunder Series here with the Inspired Racing League. Bringing you a great one here tonight. Off of 4, Colton Ward, your race leader. Lap number 76. This time by a really good green flag run, it looks like. If I'm doing my math correctly, last pitted about 45. You see that Trent Green 07? He dives down there to pit lane. See if some other drivers start following him as well. We know they're going to have to start getting some fuel here soon. Heard out in the chat just about 45 on tires. The tires are about to be done here. Wonder how they're going to go on fuel though. Because I know it's not that much different. Look at those gaps though. We're starting to see a few drivers really make some headway. A second and a half back to Peyton Boyle. He's battling here with Elijah Fisher. Looking for that second spot right now. Peyton Boyle in that 3. Pennzoil black and yellow machine down on the bottom of this 16 right now. Those tires definitely starting to come into play. See Cody Jacobs making his way out into the chat. Chirizi out in the chat as well. Thank you guys stopping by. Big shout out Inspired Marketing LLC, W Energy, Mad Performance Paints, and Moza Racing, all for being valued sponsors here at the Inspired Racing League. If you just tuned in, You are here on Push to Edge Productions, here with Greg Thielsen up in the booth, bringing you all the action here with the Inspired Racing League. The Thunder Series taking on Kansas Speedway here tonight. 167 laps. Gonna be a real fun one. We are about 79, about 80 laps complete, coming to halfway. Next time by, only one caution flag has flown here so far. Oh, we see that taker, the 16, Elijah Fisher, diving down there into pit lane. Also see that 07 of Trent Green down there getting some work done still. Daniel Lehman, the 10 car, finding his way down pit road as well. Green off of pit road there. Leaders all right there. See how they kind of handle that. All the way on the high side, not affected here. Ward still out in front. That gap starting to build. 2.2 seconds back to the 3 of Boyle. Boyle not really fighting with Kurt Gibson. They're in that 5 for third much anymore. They're kind of spread out as well. That's 3/10, almost 4/10 of a second, separating this 3 and 5 here for second and third. Ward in that 18. Sporky is just leading the way right now. Started back in 15th, doing a great job holding on to that race lead right now. 16, 17 laps led as we cross the stripe this time. Really doing a fine job, I must say, here in this 18 machine. Expecting these drivers to start making some pit stops, though, very soon. See that 16 Elijah Fisher. Last stop at 79. None of these leaders have come to pit road quite yet. Been a few laps since Elijah has made his way down to pit road in that 16 machine. Let's go. While we got another green flag minute here, let's go ahead. Hear the sights and the sounds here of the Inspired Racing League and the Thunder Series. Let's go ahead and crank it up. Appreciate you guys. A little bit of a crank it up, the sights and the sounds here of the Inspired Racing League and the Thunder Series. The 27 there and the 3 diving down to pit lane. Oh no, Aaron Stanton almost losing control there, or that 27 almost. Wow, that sure was close, but able to regain it. But the 18, Colton Ward, still out in front right now, doing an absolute bang-up job. Tell you what, just leading the way for the rest of these drivers right now. 22 laps led as we pass the stripe this time by. Lap number 88 here in the books. Sporky is riding out front. What's a friend there on his quarter panel? We're going to have to go ahead and teach Colton Ward what a friend is then, I think. No. I don't know. Running like this, he might gain a lot of friends really quick. What you think? Just maybe. That race leader is starting to build a gap. 9 seconds. 9.5 seconds. Back to that 7 of Jackson Hadaway. Looks like Kurt Gibson down to pit road in the 5. I think Peyton Boyle just pit as well there. Lap 87. 86 there for Stanton. So a few of these drivers coming down pit road. Ward out in front. It's only a matter of time. He's going to have to come down eventually. When will that 18 relinquish the lead? Try to get it back here on a cycle. I'm not sure what he's got cooked up, but coming to about 70 laps to go in about 7 more laps. Ooh, into the wall off of 4 just a little bit, Ward. Go ahead, while we got a minute, see where that championship top 5 running out here right now. Staying up in 8th currently. There in that field in stream 27. He's trying to battle there with that 3 of Peyton Boyle right now. A really tight battle as well. Currently back in 8th, trying to get past that 3. There for 7th, Peyton Boyle. Jump back with that 16 there, Elijah Fisher. He's currently back in 5th right now in that 16 machine. So all these drivers so far up in the top 10. Farmer the only one not quite out in the top 10 right now. Then we got Ward up in front, our race leader right now, just behind that 16 Elijah Fisher. Almost a lap down, but not quite. Just on the tail of that lead lap right now. And we got to jump back to that 13 of Farmer. Currently back in 13th, battling here with Williams and Trent Green behind him. Williams is for a spot, but he is a lap behind Travis Farmer, a lap behind that of the one of Hayden Williams. Quite a few drivers making some early pit stops. We see Ward's last pit stop up in front here in this 18 machine was lap number 52, which was shared with this 7 of Hadaway. And then lap number 49 here for Juan Cobbs Jr. in the 30. And lap number 50 there for the 61 of Sean Hamilton. That's one sweet looking push to Ed Sim Sports number 61. I must say so myself. We see Elijah Fisher there looking to get his way by right now. Take a look here. Been catching by quite a good bit. Well, it looks like he's able to make that pass. We see Boyle in the 3. About 10 seconds behind this 61 right now. Yeah, he was losing quite a bit, about a second a lap. So those older tires definitely starting to affect that number 61 right now. There's Sean Hamilton. Coming to lap number 100 though. Coming pretty close to the end. Ward still out in front. He's just behind this number 61 right now. Riding along board with our race leader right now. Lap number 98 across the stripe, down to the apron, through that front straightaway. Really utilizing that middle to outside lane there in turn 3 and 4. But that bottom still very strong here in 1 and 2. 173, 174, 175. So we probably dropped about 7 miles an hour here. The 61 down to pit lane there. We see a few other trucks as well. That looks like Juan Cobbs Jr. in the 30 making his way down, along with the 13 of Travis Farmer. Sporky leading the way out in front. Colton Ward doing a great job, though, must say. 7 of Hadaway back in second. 10.8 seconds behind. Fisher back in third. The last car on the lead lap right now. Like fourth through the rest of the field. All at least a lap down or more. We got 17 cars out here. They're no slouches. So that's what a great night for some of these drivers up here up front. And Peyton Boyle, that first driver, a lap down right now. Here in that number 3 machine. Up a spot, started back in 5th. Oh, race leader Colton Ward down to pit lane. So that'll get a majority of the drivers out on the track their lap back. There, the leader making his pit stop. It looks like Hadaway as well. That 7 in second coming down to pit road. That Bulldogs machine. So we're watching the 16 of Elijah Fisher. He's gonna, I believe, yeah, take over this race lead here. Elijah Fisher in the 16. Your new race leader out front now. See that Ward car down pit lane. The 7, they're getting some work done. We also see another car. Started on the outside of the front row there. Elijah Fisher back to the point, leading laps. 59 so far out front. Little bit of pit strategy. Last pit in lap 79. Pit a little bit earlier than everybody. Caught a little bit of that new tire strategy here. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to quite make it the full distance to the end. Hit on lap 80, so at least one more pit stop, I do believe. We've stayed green so far, all the way. One green flag, or one yellow flag so far, lap number 1. So, really interesting. Really interesting plot to tonight's race. 100 laps down so far. Coming to about 60 to go, and a few more. 103 right now, 104. Once we cross that stripe. 5 lead changes as well. So quite a few drivers finding that lead position. We saw Ward find his way up front for a little bit. I think Peyton Boyle in that 3 found his way up front. The 5, Kurt Gibson, was leading some laps as well. We're going to go ahead, break side by side. I try not to do it during green flags, but we've been about 100 laps green flag. So we're going to go break. We're not going to leave you empty-handed, though. We're going to get that action side by side here on Push Edge Productions. Big shout out, Inspired Marketing, W Energy, Mad Performance Paints, and Moza Racing. All the sponsors that make it happen here for Inspired Racing League, but Greg Thielsen up here for Push Dad's Productions. We're going to be right back. Back here at Kansas Speedway. Had to take a little sip there of the sweet tea. Get replenished. But out front, Elijah Fisher in that 16. Little bit of a strategy call. Early pit stop. Giving him the track position. Definitely a nice move out here. A shiny paint job as well. See just how reflective that number 16 machine is out there. That chrome hot rod definitely looking good out there. A little bit of a gap, 1.6 seconds back to that number 3, but I believe that he is catching that number 16 right now. He is about a half second a lap at that, and there's only about a second and a half gap. We're gonna watch that number 3. He's coming down on that number 16 right now. Says 3 laps to catch him. We'll have to keep our eye on that one. Our battle for a race lead right now. Chevrolet battling it out there with a Ram. Coming to about 60, no, less than 60 to go. Coming to 50 to go here soon. Laps are ticking away, I'm going to tell you what. See another driver making his way off of pit lane there. I believe that was Timothy Neckerbecky there in the 78 machine. That's a Push Dad Sim Sports hot rod. Watching that 3 of Peyton Boyle, though. Let's see. I think he's still catching him. That down to about a half a second. 2 more laps, he's going to catch him, is what our timer's saying. That distance, he's catching him every lap. Not quite staying at that half a second. Starting to lose a little bit here as he gets closer. Still, that gap diminishing. 0.3 of a second. That battle for the race lead, that's starting to heat up now, folks. That number 3, Peyton Boyle, charging in on that number 16, Elijah Fisher. Coming to 112 in the books. Colton Ward also right there. That 18 enters the chat. Oh, are we going to go 3 wide here for the race lead right now? Colton Ward to the outside, new race leader. Took advantage. The 3 was getting held up there by the 16. Wow, what a battle out in front right now. Go ahead, use that bottom right now, because this is a screen side to side. These drivers putting on a show right now. But sitting in second now, Peyton Boyle. It looked like that 3 was going to be able to capture that race lead, but no. Colton Ward here in the 18. Definitely making advantage here of that mistake there by the 3, getting held up by that 16. Leading quite a few laps out here. 37 laps tonight, so showing why he's out front, but also look how much he's moved forward. Started back in 15th, up to the top spot, up 14 positions here for the night. Coming to 50 laps to go. Still green flag racing. Only that one caution flag. What a great night of green flag racing here tonight. Big shout out. I see Jason Williams out in the chat. Scott in the chat as well. Emma, Teresa. Thank you stopping by. Mooker43, that's Mike Hauser, I do believe. Thank you, pal, stopping by. We saw the Beast out there in the chat. Neckerbecky was out there stopping by earlier. So did Elijah Fisher. They're both out driving right now. But out in front, that 18 Colton Ward just doing an absolute superb job leading the way right now. Taking a look back, he's starting to put a distance back to that number 3 as well. 3 seconds back to that 3 machine. Just take a look how far he is back there, and he's still making up some time right now. I do think we got one more pit stop, so it's not quite over yet. But definitely going to be a sign of the times for our foreseeable future. Let's pull up our closest battles one more time. Looks like Fisher and Stanton, they're about half a second separated right now. That's our closest battle. Wow. See, these drivers definitely starting to get a little bit spread out. Again, we're on this really long green flag run. So drivers really starting to get spread out. Few drivers a lap down. I don't even think our top 10 are all on the lead lap. No, we got 8 drivers on the lead lap right now. And that's all due to that long green flag run we're on right now. Everybody kind of on a different strategy. But while we got a moment, let's go ahead. Let's look at our championship points. Quite a bit blocked, but look at those points, how they sit right now. Stanton coming in, that championship leader. Elijah Fisher, Colton Ward, Mike Hauser, Travis Farmer, Ty Stone, Ben Carter, Hayden Williams, Ben Milden, and Bobby Hadaway, your top 10. But take a look at that, 11 wins for that number 27, Aaron Stanton. What an impressive number. I gotta say, that is just so impressive here. Thunder Series, over double digits wins this season. What a great job by him. And then we also got Jackson Hadaway, Dustin Walenti, Ethan Sikorsky, Kai Wilson, Cade Cannon, James McConnell, Pacey Wydron, Chris Lyota, Ryan Hinderlitter, Matt Sedars. But out in front, Colton Ward starting to pull away from the field. 5 seconds separating him from that second place driver. 1:22 is the lap complete that time by. Not sure anybody's quite got anything for this number 18. Definitely going to have one more pit stop. So, can that Elijah Fisher number 16 short pit again? Maybe get that advantage and hold him off here to the end. Will this 18 make a charge back to the front? There's just so many possibilities. I'll tell you what. Long green flag run right now. Drivers definitely feeling the effects of that in that race car right now. I'll tell you what. Hop on with that Colton Ward number 18 out in front. Leading us the way around here. Kansas Speedway coming in tonight. You see the lights out up there on the stands. A beautiful view around this racetrack. I'll tell you what. Down there into turn number 1 and 2, you see, really using that middle lane to help that car arc off into 2. We see that Casino there off of turn number 2. Down that back straightaway. Off into 3. Elected to use that high side here. The 07 there. Trent Green passing on that bottom side. See those new tires starting to come into play. Trent just pitting a few laps ago, it looks like. They're on lap 110, so he just pit about 15 laps ago, utilizing that fresh rubber there on that push-to-head SimSports hot rod. Powered by our race leader we're riding on board with right now. Take a hop outside. Look at Sporky there on the hood, on that rear deck lid. Started back in the 15th spot, up to the top spot. Up 14 positions. Currently, our biggest mover. Currently, our race leader. So far, led 49 laps out front. I don't think that he's led quite as much as that 16 machine. He's led 69. Coming close, I'll tell you what. Coming pretty dang close. Just really doing a great job managing that truck out in front. Colton Ward and Sporky riding along. Looks like he's giving him quite the ride here tonight. 128, it looks like 40 laps to go, 39 this time by. Laps are ticking away. Drivers not really in a battle per se right now. Not a lot of drivers neck and neck. We see those battles. The closest one, 0.6 of a second out on the racetrack. We might have a few drivers here side by side, but that is not really a battle for position, unfortunately. See that 48 Bobby Holloman, that Rockstar machine. Rockstar Energy looking pretty sharp out here. Haven't talked enough about him. He's currently up in 11th, up 6 spots for the night. Started back in 17th, so that 48 having a pretty good night here tonight as well. Little jump up through the field. Daniel Lehman in that 10. He's up 3 spots. Up in 8th, just inside that top 10. That Baja Blast machine. Juan Cobbs Jr. back here in the 30. Back in 9th. He's up 7 spots. He started back in 16th, having a good night. There in that Duolingo hot rod. That is one silly looking race car. That looks awesome. The face on the hood. Definitely one the kids will enjoy, I'm sure. Out in front, Colton Ward, though, the 18, just making his way past that 30 there. Looks like that 30 on some fresher tires. Or just ahead of that 30, not making his way by. Excuse me, I know I said that. Didn't mean it. That's okay. Out in front, Colton Ward, that driver there, the 30, trying to make his way by. Ninth position, working a lap back. Was 2 laps down, got that back down to 1 there as he passes the race leader. On some fresher tires, last pit, lap number 99. But no, the race leader last pit on 100, so I'm not sure. Maybe not. But that's a 7-second gap for your race leader right now. Back to second, that's Peyton Boyle, who just took a pit stop. Down to pit lane, that number 3 goes. That should be his last pit stop. Looks like Lehman already made a pit stop there as well as that 30 of Juan Cobbs Jr. Expecting these race leaders to start making some pit stops here soon. We see that Peyton Boyle 3 machine make his way down. He is off now. Now the 27 Aaron Stanton making his way down pit lane. Hitting from the 3rd spot. He was up 11 spots up to 3rd. See what kind of track position he can hold on to here. It's like Sean Hamilton in that 61 up to the top 5 in that push-head Sim Sports Hot Rod. Looking like a pretty good night there for him. I think that driver not going to have to pit because he blast pit. They're on lap 97, so he may be able to go the whole distance. Not sure here. There's a Dubby Pushhead Sim Sports Hot Rod. Big shout out, Dubby. Thank you for everything that you do for Inspired Racing League. See you out there helping Sean Hamilton as well. They're on Pushhead Sim Sports. But out in front, Colton Ward. This is the driver we should be talking about right now. Leading the way. 30 laps to go. I'm guessing he's still got to make a pit stop, though, but I'm not sure. Some of these drivers starting to make those pit stops a little early. 124 for Lehman. 135 for Gibson. 123 for Juan Cobbs Jr. 123 for Sidars. 110 for Trent Green. I'm thinking a lot of those drivers are going to have to pit. Fisher down there on 126. Ward last down on lap 100. Lap 97 there for Sean Hamilton. He's really stretching those tires right now. Lap 90 for Matthew Scott back here in the 25. Can only imagine he's coming to pit lane here shortly. And as I say it, he does. Makes his way down to a pit stop. The long, slow trek down pit road as everybody is flying back by, and it's green flag. Not the most ideal situation, but Fisher up to second. You see that gap's 41 seconds. He's a lap down to Ward right now. So Ward still having a pit. It looks like everybody else kind of got their pit stop done here. Ward gonna look at running it long. Will that be enough, though? I would say pit right now. Try to save as much time as you can while you're out in front of that 16, but I don't know. Who am I? Hope you guys having a great Saturday night here with the Thunder Series. Inspired Racing League out in front right now. Colton Ward in this 18. Been doing a great job here tonight. Got the whole field lap. I'm thinking he's got to come to pit road soon, but we're going to see when that soon is. Under 30 to go. 26 laps remain as we cross the stripe this time by. Really curious when this race leader going to come down. 40.5 seconds out in front of that number 16 Elijah Fisher, who is a lap down right now. 31 seconds a lap here around Kansas Speedway. Take a look one more time at how those championship top 5 are doing. Of course, Mike Hauser not able to make it here tonight. Back in 4th in that 43 machine. Staying up in the top 5, up in 4th there in the 27. He's doing well. Fisher up in 2nd. They're both up in the top 5 for your top 2 in the points. Ward up in the top spot. First position, watching him right now. Out in front, leading this thing. Quite a distance back there to the next driver, even out on track as well. But then we got that 43 Hauser not here. Farmer back in 16th in that 13. Looks like he is no longer out on the racetrack, unfortunately. Little rundown here through our top 5 in points. Wanted to give a big thank you if you're here. Push the Edge Productions, Greg Thielsen up in the booth, bringing you all the Inspired Racing League action throughout the week from Monday and the Cup Series Wednesday, the Platinum Truck Series, and here Saturday with the Thunder Series. We got you covered all 3 nights of the week. But looking at that number 16 right now, he's wheeling this car around this place. Elijah Fisher, 23 laps to go. Colton Ward still in front, stretching that thing right now, making those tires beg for mercy. And make sure you check out, we got a week packed full of racing. So tomorrow, Sunday, we're 5 days in a row. We're Sunday, tomorrow, head over to Chicagoland with the Rogue Racing League Truck Series here in season number 5, race number 1 of the season. So that's gonna be super, super exciting there. And then Cup Series here with Inspired Racing League heads to Charlotte on Monday. Tuesday, the Hot Fuel Racing Short Track League heads to Bristol with some mini stocks. As we watch some side-by-side, Peyton Boyle there in the 3 to the bottom of that 16, Elijah Fisher. He's looking for 2nd position, and that goes uncontested down there on the bottom, able to pass that 16. Great job there by Peyton. That Pennzoil number 3 machine looking pretty good out here. See if that Colton Ward, oh, and Cohen down to pit lane in that 18 machine. So this might shake things up. Where is he going to stack back out? Definitely going to be curious here. That one, Hayden Williams, also coming down pit lane as well. We'll watch Peyton Boyle back here going into 1 and 2, coming off of 2. No, that's turn 4. He is already off of turn 4. Looks like that truck still down on pit road. He's going to be our new race leader. Colton Ward just exited pit road there. New race leader, Peyton Boyle here in the 3. Not sure there, Scott. Did the 18 pit too many laps late and missed the cycle? I'm not sure. We will find out, though. I've got my doubts, but I don't know. See where he pops back out, back in 4th with a fresh set of tires. He's got 19 laps to go. Definitely looking at a podium because Aaron's staying here in 3rd, just ahead of him. He last pit lap 134, so he's got almost 10 laps newer tires. Already making quick work of the 27. Up to 3rd goes Colton Ward. 3 seconds up to Elijah Fisher, then another 6 up to Peyton Boyle. Can he make up 9 seconds with 18 laps to go? kind of stuck behind. That 61 is Sean Hamilton. That pushed Ed Sim Sports down on the inside of your race leader, Peyton Boyle, right now. Trying to stay on that lead lap just in case a late caution comes out. Definitely want to keep that track position. Actually, 2 laps down. Trying to stay 1 lap down, actually. Down that back straightaway, side by side, that race leader's got that lap car. Sean Hamilton in that 61. That pushed Ed Sim Sports hot rod. Out in front of him now, trying to lead the way. He doesn't want to be 2 laps down, looks like. Boyle back to the bottom. There through 1 and 2. Sean on the outside with the momentum. Able to keep the position on the racetrack. That 3 of Peyton Boyle just not able to find a way around right now. Off of turn number 4, jump back out here. Fan cam out with the fans out in the stands. 15 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway. The Thunder Series Inspired Racing League coming to a close here. That 3, Peyton Boyle, out in front right now, leading the way home. Colton Ward, that 18, he's been making a charge here. He's up to about 1/8 of a second back from that number 3. But the 16, Elijah Fisher, he's making his way forward as well. He's only got about a 4-second gap up to the race lead. And that was previously a 9-second distance. Only 14 to go, though. Does he got the time? But that battle for the race lead, that is on. It looks like Ward able to take that spot from Peyton Boyle. New race leader, Colton Ward, back with the 18. That pit strategy did end up working out for him, it looks like. Still out in front. We got that 30 right now, Tristan Holak. Excuse me, that's Juan Cobbs Jr. Sorry, wrong driver. That race leader definitely not wanting to see lap cars right now. Made his way past that number 30, but that 61 showed his speed there. Sean Hamilton was able to motor by that number 3 of Peyton Boyle, but has he got what it takes to hold off this 18 of Colton Ward? Coming down to the end, the Ward number 18 all the way down to that apron. Looks like that 61 still holding his spot. He's got the speed in that 61 right now. Up in the top 10, up in 9th. But it looks like that 18 motored by down on the bottom. Coming to 10 laps to go. Still green flag. Only 1 caution flag tonight. These drivers definitely doing a great job keeping it green flag here tonight. 157 coming to 158. 10 to go at the line. Only that 1 caution. Lap number 1 for 3 laps. Coming out really early. Coming to the stripe. Getting into those single digits. 9 laps remaining here with the Thunder Series at Kansas. Colton Ward out in front. Let's take a look here at our top 10. Coming to the end of this thing. Colton Ward out in front here in this 18 machine. Taking a look a little back. That 3. Peyton Boyle sitting in second. Elijah Fisher. That number 16. He's back in 3rd spot battling there with the 27 of Aaron Stanton, trying to stay back on the podium spot. Little farther back, that number 5, Kurt Gibson, up in 5th. A good top 5 run there for him. Little farther back, Daniel Lehman here in the 10 machine. He's up in 6th spot. And then Juan Cobb Jr. in the 30. He's up to that 7th spot. He's up 9 for the night. He's having a pretty good one. Matthew Scott, that 25, up in the 8th spot. Sean Hamilton just behind him. There in that 61, back in 9th. Trying to make up another position there. And then rounding out our top 10, that number 1, Hayden Williams. Your top 10 coming to the end of this thing. 7 laps to go. Colton Ward able to make his way back out in front. Once again, hope you guys having a great Saturday night, enjoying the Thunder Series here from Kansas Speedway. 4 laps to go. Excuse me. 6 laps to go this time by. I cannot read. Sporky leading the way out in front, taking a look back. Peyton Boyle still 7 seconds back there. I don't think he's got time in that 3. See that black and yellow machine way back there, just at the edge of our view there sometimes. Five laps to go, Kansas Speedway. Great look at that Hollywood Casino right there in the background off of turn 2. Colton Ward coming to that finish line, trying to finish it out strong. He's got the distance, 8 seconds out in front of that Peyton Boyle number 3. Sitting in 2nd. And then we see that Elijah Fisher was back in 3rd. Aaron Stanton able to pass him. Also, Kurt Gibson up to 4th. We just watched Elijah make some contact there with that outside wall, unfortunately, off of 4. So he dropped back here to 5th. Still good top 5 run, but Boyle up to 2nd. Stanton up to 3rd. Can Gibson have something for that podium spot here? And that number 27 of Aaron Stanton. Not far behind, about half a second back, is that number 5 machine. Kind of the only battle contested as we go 3 to go. Kurt Gibson just behind, trying to fight his way onto the podium. Take a look at that head-to-head. He's making a little bit per lap. Can he catch him? 3 laps, it says, until he reaches him. So I don't think he's got the time. Can he get to that podium? 2 laps to go. Colton Ward out in front, leading the way. Your race leader, currently your biggest mover, up 14 spots. Started back in the 15th spot. Coming to the white flag, Colton Ward. 84 laps led out here tonight as well. Doing a bang-up job, this number 18, Sparky on the hood. One more time around the Kansas Speedway. Colton Ward in this 18 into 3 and 4. He is gonna get it done and seal the deal here at Kansas. Colton Ward comes home victorious here at Kansas Speedway and wins in the Thunder Series. Great job to close out the night. Wow, oh wow, what a good job, buddy. Colton Ward, your race winner at Kansas Speedway in that number 18 machine. What a great job. Peyton Boyle coming home second in that number 3 in the 27. Aaron Stanton there in third, but it looks like Ward already celebrating out on that front stretch. What a great job by him, bringing the thing home here tonight. What a phenomenal race from Kansas Speedway. One caution flag. A lot of green flag racing here tonight. I'm going to tell you what, I about lost my voice. What a good race. These drivers putting on out here tonight. Not sure what Colton's doing. Slamming on that gas all the way into that infield. What is he doing? All right, great celebration there. Your Kansas winner, Colton Ward. Let's go ahead, take a look here at our race results. Colton Ward, the most laps led here tonight, 85, coming home with the race win. Peyton Boyle in that number 3 machine, coming home second. Aaron Stanton rounding out your podium here in Kansas. 167 laps, our scheduled distance. We went that full distance. 255 miles here tonight. 8 green flag lead changes between 4 different leaders. I think that was Peyton Boyle, Colton Ward, Elijah Fisher, and I think it might have given a lap there to Kurt Gibson. Or a few laps, actually. That number 5 finding its way up front. That one caution flag happening real early there for 3 laps. Colton Ward, the hard charger, most laps led here tonight and winning. Trent Green, that 07, pushed the Ed Simsports hot rod, the fastest lap out here tonight. Great to see one of our cars up there with some speed, a 37.78 for that 07. Good to see that. Unfortunately, not the finish he wanted. Started there in 9th, finished back in 13th. Quite a few laps down. Not what he would have liked here tonight, but nonetheless, a great job. All these drivers, Kurt Gibson, a top 5, Elijah Fisher, also rounding out that top 5 here. Drivers leading us to the green, first and second there. Daniel Lehman, Juan Cobbs Jr., Sean Hamilton with a top 10. And that pushed Ed Simsports hot rod. Matthew Scott, a Bigfoot Enterprise machine there in the top 10 and 9th. Hayden Williams there in the top 10. Bobby Holloman, another Bigfoot car, up in 11th. Timothy Neckerbecke, a pushed Ed Simsports hot rod in 12th. He ended up a few laps down as well, unfortunately. And we got that Trent Green 07. Matt Sidars back in 14th. Jackson Hadaway 15th. Travis Farmer and Tristan Olak rounding out the field here tonight. All these drivers doing an exceptional job. Once again, keeping that green flag run going all the way through. That was very, very impressive, I must say. But we're going to go ahead, jump over to victory lane, catch a word here with our podium drivers. Greg Thielsen up in the booth, Push Edge Productions. Big shout out, Moser Racing, Mad Performance Paints, W Energy, and of course, Inspired Marketing LLC, the sponsors here at the Inspired Racing League, making all of this possible. But we have come to the end at Kansas Speedway. We are going to be right back. Jump over to victory lane. Stick around for our interviews here. We will be right back. We have made our way over to Inspired Victory Lane here. Colton Ward, that number 18 truck, coming home out on top here tonight. Sporky bringing you to the victory lane here, buddy. How was that race tonight? What a great race. Green flag almost the whole way through. That first initial caution there, coming out lap number 1 or 2 there, real early on, but no other caution flags. 2, 3, I think 3 green flag pit stops. So definitely had to hit your marks and really make tonight count. How'd you get it done here tonight?
Well, our team, we were thinking of just running it out the whole way through if it went green all the way, and it did. Because I knew the long run was just really good to, like, short pitting it. And then, obviously, it kind of worked out. And Jackson was on the strat, too, but he kind of lagged out. And then, that second to last run, I noticed I was, like, 13 seconds behind Elijah, and I ate that gap up in like 14 laps, so I was pretty sure I was gonna get that up in the last run too.
Interesting. So yeah, coming there to the about 20 to go there when right after you pitted, I was really questioning that choice. I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, but wow, those new tires definitely making the difference. A little bit of a running it long and having that new stuff at the end definitely making the difference. And you finished a good 10 seconds in ahead of Payne Boyle there in that number 3 in second spot. So they definitely came in clutch there at the end. Just what was it? The tire wear here tonight? Was it the lines? Just what made those tires so important?
That was just the tire wear. I guess I think it helps. I guess probably not driving it in the turn because you need to save some of the right front so you can make the turn on the exit. But yeah, I think tire wear is definitely the main factor of that.
Interesting. Yeah, Kansas definitely starting to get a little bit more wore out, so definitely becoming more of a tire wear racetrack for sure. But Colton Ward, that number 18, coming home on top here tonight. I want to let you go celebrate with the crew. So before I get you out of here, though, who do you got to thank bringing it home on top here tonight, bud?
Well, I think that it was a clean race other than that lap 1 wreck, and thank you for broadcasting.
I appreciate it there. Well, congratulations to that whole 18 team. Definitely getting it done here tonight. 10 seconds in front of that number 3 there in second. A great fast race truck out there tonight, and it definitely showed. Heading to race number 40 next week, Homestead, Miami. What you got for the competitors there next week, bud?
I think I'm pretty good there. It's just I know the restarts are pretty tough there, so it's really loose there.
Well, look forward to seeing you there next week, pal. Congratulations one more time. Let you go celebrate there with the crew. Great job, pal.
Thank you.
Grabbing that driver of that number 3 machine, Peyton Boyle, coming home in second here tonight. Just a little bit behind that number 18. Little bit of pit strategy, it looks like, coming out to play here tonight. And playing that long run really worked in that number 18 Colton Ward's favor, getting that tire advantage there late and being able to work his way back through the field. Really a big decider here tonight. I was a little bit questioning that call by that 18 truck coming to 20 to go. You were out front. You had just pitted not long ago. I wasn't sure if that fresh tire was really going to make the difference. How were you trying to hold him off there? How did you try to get that lead here tonight?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things was he was just so much faster once he pit. Like, I mean, he was catching me by a half second a lap as we went down the stretch there. So I mean, and I only was only like 6 seconds ahead of him coming out of the pits. So I mean, 20 to go, 6 seconds, half a second a lap. Matt doesn't really math for me to go out there and beat him. So it's props to him for having a fast truck, being able to save his tires enough to go do it. Elijah had the really, really big super cut into his strategy, and it just didn't really backfire, but it just towards the end of the run, it was just way too slow when the speed really mattered. And then me, I tried to pit a couple laps earlier so I could like go a little bit longer than Elijah, but cut him off a little bit, and I was hoping that because I was pushing coming out of the pits that last time. I was hoping that I would have gained a little bit more on him, but he just had such a big lead going in there that the last time we pitted that it wasn't enough at all. So, it's just tires, pit strategy, and being able to be consistent and keep your speed up all the way through the runs. So that's kind of
Yeah,
how it went
definitely.
today.
Yeah, a little bit of that green flag pit stop strategy here tonight as well, because definitely interesting. A lot of these drivers picking a little bit of a different strategy. You kind of touched on there. Elijah picking a little bit of a shortcut. He was one of those first leaders down to pit lane. It looked like the 18 kind of played it long. You kind of played it there in the middle that first time, but then you kind of got more onto that strategy of that race leader, the 18, there on the end of the run. Just how was it trying to manage those pit stops here on green flags, getting on and off pit road cleanly, trying to minimize every bit of that mistake there on pit road and maximize your position there?
Well, that first pit stop that we had, I actually had my teammate behind me, and I was going to severely blow the pit entrance by speeding. So I slammed on the brakes, had him behind me. Daniel actually almost completely looped it. He only luckily half looped it. Um, so that's my bad to him. But yeah, the rest is pretty smooth. It's just when we pit was the main decider. And I mean, I almost didn't even get there. Lap one, 78 got loose above me and basically right rear me into the fence. I was like, oh no, first lap, come on, it's already over. Luckily, I didn't get too much damage and I was able to get it fixed all in that one pit stop, but some other people weren't so lucky.
Yeah, unfortunately, not all the drivers lucky enough to scave it through that first one untouched, but a real great job by the drivers. That's the only caution here tonight. Not ready for that one there early, but definitely keeping it together for the rest of the night. A little bit of battling through lap traffic there. Looked like quite a few drivers going a lap down. I think there was only 7 or 8 drivers
6.
there on the lead lap coming to the end. Yes, 7. So battle of attrition here tonight. But congratulations there, Peyton. That driver of the number 3 Pennzoil truck here tonight, bringing it home here second. Before I let you get out of here, who you got to thank before I let you go?
I got to thank Daniel for running it with me. And once again, apologize to him for slamming on the brakes, getting him to half loop it, but he held his mind in there and brought home P6. So good for him. Um, just everyone at Global Motorsports, the league for putting on the race, and you for streaming it. So thank you guys.
Appreciate it, pal. See you next week over at Homestead, bud.
All right.
All right, let's grab that driver of the number 27, that Field and Stream machine, coming home third here tonight, a podium here at Kansas. Aaron, tell me just a little bit about how that night went for you, starting with that early caution and then green flag all the way to the checkered. A lot of green flag pit stops, a little bit of dealing with traffic, different pit strategies, and how did that race kind of pan out for you?
I felt really fast. I just kind of off strat myself, which wasn't a good idea. I short pit one of the pit stops because I thought I could split the next one in half, and my teammate Colton kind of proved me wrong there and kind of uh laid waste to the field. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like I was fast enough to compete if I didn't just set myself.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of pit strategy coming to bite you back. But we saw that the 16 also kind of taking a little undercut there on that first stop, trying to get on an off cycle and be that driver out in front of there in the end. We saw the late use of those tires coming into play there for your teammate there, Colton Ward in that 18. Tell me just how you got that green flag pit stop done. I know some of the hardest parts here for green flag races is getting on and off a pit road safely. How did that go for you here tonight?
Yeah, a couple close calls, but I feel like that's what you have to do to win races around here. Is you have to push the limits, right? I don't know if you watched me, but there was a couple times where I was sideways entering pit roads trying to get slowed down. So
I'm pretty sure I caught one of them. I don't know if it was you or not, but somebody definitely getting very sideways entering pit road there. It's definitely one of the hardest parts here. Green flag oval racing is those pit stops, getting that car woed up down to pit speed limit. Because if you get a black flag during a green flag pit stop, that is just almost race over. You're ended for the night. You're not coming back from that unless something very, very big happens. But fortunately, yeah, with no other cautions here tonight, that definitely could have been detrimental. But glad to see you out here tonight, doing a great job up here on the podium. How'd that track work in there tonight? Didn't talk too much about the other drivers about that. We heard quite a bit of tire fall off and tire wear here tonight. How did that track treat those trucks here tonight?
yeah, the tire wear was actually way more than I thought it would be. The first run, I was working my way through the field, and I started to realize I was like, tires don't feel right now. And then it just stayed green, and then I just slowly, methodically worked my way up through the field for what I could because I kind of offset myself. But yeah, either you the top worked, but it shredded your tires even faster, so you kind of had to use that as a weapon, you know.
One of those
But
back
mainly,
pockets when you needed it.
yeah. But mainly it was bottom feedy because you just were so scared to hurt your tires.
Interesting. Yeah, a great insight there from that driver, the number 27 truck, Aaron Stanton. Appreciate it very much there, pal. Well, before I let you go, once again, congratulations ending up on the podium here tonight. But who do you got to thank before you get out of here, pal?
Uh, thank Elijah and all of them for putting this all together, and thank you for broadcasting. It's always fun.
I appreciate it there. Yep. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Congratulations there. The podium finish. Look forward to seeing you at Homestead next week, pal.
Yep, thank you.
Well, coming to the close here of race number 39, season 1, here at the Thunder Series, Kansas Speedway. I don't think I did get to take a moment, but I do definitely want to take a moment. Thank you to all guys here being here with us tonight. I do want to take a moment and say my thoughts and prayers are out with the Wilhoit family. I know they just had a recent incident happen there with the family. Just wishing them the absolute best. My thoughts and prayers and the whole league's thoughts and prayers out there with Rob and Garrett. Hope you guys recover soon and make it through this. But wanted to take a moment there and say that before we got out of here. But let's take a look at our race results one more time before we get out of here as well. Big thank you to everybody who stopped by, all the fans, Emma, Scott, I see Neckerbecky out there as well, Teresa, Jason Williams stopped by, Cody Jacobs, Taresi Mooker out there as well. We saw the Beast out there. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really, really appreciate it. Now, if you stop by the Push Edge Productions Facebook or our YouTube tonight, I appreciate that. I saw Scooter Perfettio out there. Caitlin stopping by over there saying hi. So thank you guys so much. If you're here on the Inspired iRacing League YouTube, our YouTube or our Facebook, thank you so much for stopping by. But a little last look at our race results here. Colton Ward coming out on top here tonight. Peyton Boyle there in second. Aaron Stanton rounding out our podium, 167 laps around the 1.5-mile Kansas Speedway here for a total of 255 miles. A great race we had tonight. 1 caution flag for 3 laps there early. 8 green flag lead changes between 4 different leaders. Colton Ward, the hard charger, up 14 spots, coming out on top, making his way through the field. So great job by that driver. Most laps led as well. 85 laps led for that 18 machine. It's definitely a great ride tonight. The pole sitter, that number 5, Kurt Gibson, able to pull up a top 10 or top 5 there in 4th. Great job by him. That fastest lap, the Pushhead Sim Sports number 07, Trent Green, looking pretty good out there. A fast truck, 30.778. So that truck was looking pretty good out there, I must say. But until next time, this was Greg Thielsen for Push to Edge Productions. Oh, well, actually, we got one more thing we can look at. Let's look at how those top 5 in the championship finish. Stanton on the podium. Fisher back in the top 5. Ward with the top spot. And then Farmer back in 16th. Unfortunately, Hauser not making it tonight. Saw him out in the chat, so we appreciate that. But not with us racing here tonight. But until next time, it's Greg Thielsen for Push to Edge Productions. I hope you guys all had a great Saturday here with the Thunder Series. Big shout out to the sponsors, Inspired Marketing LLC, W Energy, Mad Performance Paints, and of course, Moser Racing. Make sure you check out our full week of racing here. Tomorrow, we go to Chicagoland with the Rogue Racing League. Their season opener for season number 5. That's going to be a fun one. Monday, Cup Series here for the Inspired Racing League. Heads to Charlotte. Tuesday, the Hot Fuel Racing Short Track League heads to Bristol with some mini stocks. That's going to be a fun one. Wednesday, the Inspired Platinum Truck Series. Head over to Watkins Glen, some road course racing there with the trucks. That's going to be fun. And then Homestead to close out the week there Saturday with the Inspired Thunder Series for next week. A packed week of racing. Make sure you stick around here. Push to Edge Productions, bringing you all the action from the Hot Fuel Racing Short Track League, Inspired Racing League, Rogue Racing League. I hope to see you guys throughout the week. Once again, thank you for stopping by here tonight. Until next time, Greg Thielsen for Push to Edge Productions. Push the edge and find the limit.